I'm Tori.
And I'm Karen.
But we just call her Mom.
And this is your comfort coming of age podcast.
For all the times that you just need to call your mom.
We talk about everything from how to host a dinner party to what books we're reading and current events to do you just ever feel old enough?
This podcast is how to adult from two perspectives with lots of family banter along the way. So join us as we navigate life for the very first time and as my mom and I grow up together. This podcast is for everyone, whether you have a great relationship with your mom or a strained relationship, maybe you're missing a relationship, your mom might have passed. My mom is now your mom, and she's all of our mom. And this is for when you just need to call your mom. Hello, Mom.
Hi, Tor.
Should I talk with a British accent?
You want to do that the whole time?
No, I actually have a terrible British accent.
So do I.
You want to try it?
No.
Hello.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Welcome back to Let Me Call My Mom. That's so bad.
That's pretty bad.
Thanks. Sometimes I feel like it's good, but most of the time it's bad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's easier when you're imitating somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, if you hear it, it's easier to mimic.
Yeah.
But just pulling it out of the air, no.
Yeah, not really good at it.
Me neither.
Welcome back to my apartment.
Thank you.
As we're back in the burbs.
Good to be back.
Good to be back. And then we leave again today.
I know. And then back to the beach again.
Yeah. But how was your time at home?
It was good. It was good. I came home I needed a haircut and Frankie needed a haircut. And Ross came home because he had an appointment. And then he scooped up Frankie and hightailed it back to the beach while I got some work done at home.
What'd you do at home?
Still rearranging furniture upstairs, putting together the nightstands in the guest room, etc.
I left in disarray.
You did leave it in a little bit of disarray. We still need a mattress.
Oh, disarray, not desiree.
No, disarray.
How do you say niche?
Niche.
Yeah, I hate when people say niche.
Oh, well, I guess it is the same word, but niche.
Niche. I remember one of your friends said niche and then I said niche and he was like, I see how you corrected me. And I was like, I didn't correct you, but like you did say it wrong.
Tomato.
No, literally. Literally. We did have an exciting project though while we were home.
We did good.
You did good.
Thank you.
I gave up.
You did give up.
Well, I think we learned. Okay, so the project we're talking about is that we are redoing my office in my apartment so that it doubles as an office and a podcast studio. I recorded a podcast in it last night. It looked amazing.
Oh, good.
I definitely want those sconces.
Okay.
Because I need a little bit of warmth.
Sure.
Like I need warm light.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that and that will look really good. But anyway, we hung up like stick and peel wallpaper onto the wall and we started strong with one panel. And then the second panel was a fail. Right. And then after the second panel was a fail, we redid the second panel.
We removed it and we were like, all right, that one's a junk panel.
And then with using both of us,
right,
it got to be too many cooks in the kitchen.
Right. So by the third panel, Tori's like, I think you got this, Mom.
Yeah,
why don't you just
doing so
why
well.
don't you just take over? So I did.
Yeah.
It's far from perfect. I don't have a new future in wallpaper hanging.
Oh
but,
my God, me either.
But it works.
It looks great.
Our miscalculation, though, was when we figured out how big the rolls were. Like, I figured the width fine. I guessed on that. And I figured you had 8-foot ceilings. I didn't know you had 10-foot ceilings in here.
Me
like,
either.
Totally guessed.
How wonderful.
Yeah. So the wallpaper was very short. So you do need to get more and fill in the top.
Yes. I have a big Amazon purchase that I need to, like a big cart that I just need to buy. So that's in the cart and I'll probably just order it next week so that it's here when I get home.
Okay.
Because next weekend I have a big weekend.
Yeah, you're coming home for the weekend.
Coming home. It's the Phoenixville 6-year anniversary.
I know.
Then Sunday, I'll be so tired after Saturday. And then Sunday, I'm getting my nails done because Monday I have a photo shoot for my website.
Oh, that's right.
And then I'll come back down Monday night.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. I can't believe it's 6 years already.
I know. I can.
I mean, I can, but I can't. You know what I mean? I know. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's really, really crazy.
Still feels like yesterday, though.
Yeah. And my manifest episode that comes out on Monday is my entrepreneurial story.
Okay.
So I did a part 1 and part 2 because I was at an hour by the time I got to Stride. So I'm like, I'll just separate the two.
Good.
And yeah, just like reminiscing was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, you've had a journey.
Yeah, I have. So anyway, we hung up wallpaper.
Yes.
And
I'm glad you like it.
I love it, and I'm going to have to do the top, and I'm going to hate doing it, but I got to finish it.
Yeah.
And what else did we do? Oh, Frankie got a haircut. He met his new friend.
Oh, yes. Friends of ours that, well, this kind of is a couple stories. We went to a really fun party last Saturday down at the beach. Neighbors of ours, actually friends that I went to college with 30 years ago, have a house in the neighboring town, Avalon. So they said, hey, there's this party every year. It's a huge party on somebody's deck, big deck party. And they have a band and everything. And I'm like, God, how big is their deck, right?
Mm.
So we go to this party. Yeah, the deck was giant. Whole band set up, 150 people out on the deck, right on the water. It was so much fun. We had a really good time. But as we were at this party, another friend of ours who was there said, I'm getting a puppy. And I'm like, oh, are you? They're the same age as us. You know, their kids are grown and, you know, empty nesters. And I think she's feeling it a little bit. So she's like, I really want a puppy. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to talk you out of it because, you know, everyone tried to talk me out of Frankie.
And Frankie's the best.
And Frankie's the best. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to be great. So we were looking at pictures of puppies and things like that. So she's like, I think I want this one. And she's showing me like a Bernedoodle, mini Bernedoodle, or at first she was looking at an Australian Shepherd. I'm like, that dog sheds. Do you want that? She's like, oh no, I don't want anything that sheds. And so we started looking for non-shedding ones. And she's like, oh my gosh, I love this one. I thought she was going with a Bernedoodle. And I didn't think this was an imminent thing, right? So that was Saturday. I get home here, and on Tuesday on her Instagram, there's a picture of her puppy.
Cutest
and I'm like,
little thing.
oh my gosh, she is so cute. Her name's Bailey. She's a Cavapoo, and she's 8 weeks old, and she weighs 3 pounds, and she's just freaking adorable.
Oh my God.
And her markings, like she's this gorgeous little brown, you know, light brown tan color, but she has these little marks on her forehead and on her nose, and I'm like, she looks like a baby deer. Like she's just has these little white freckles on her. God, she's so cute. Anyway, so I texted her and I said, hey, I have dog crates, small ones. If you want anything, I have this playpen that Frankie used. I have gates. Like, what do you need? And she's like, oh my gosh, I need all of it. So she came over yesterday to pick up some of Frankie's old crates and the playpen and all this sort of stuff. And I gave her a little Phillies shirt that doesn't fit Frankie anymore.
Oh my God, how cute.
You know, all sorts of little baby dog stuff. So Frankie got to meet Bailey, and
did they hit it off?
They did. He was really, really good. You know, Frankie thinks he's a big dog.
When he's around other male big dogs, he acts like the biggest dog in the room.
Yeah, but he was really good. He was very gentle. I mean, he was alert and wagging and everything, but he just was nosing up to her and sniffing.
God.
And I was holding her, and she's wagging her little tail.
Oh my God,
so cute. I mean, puppies. Can you?
No.
God.
No, they're the best.
So freaking adorable.
No,
so
they're
anyway,
just the best.
And then Daddy came home, and I was like, here, hold the puppy while I go get all the crates and stuff out of the garage. So I did, and I came in, and he's sitting in the chair with the puppy in his arms, and Frankie's sitting at his feet. And he's like, this one's really mellow. And I'm like, we're not getting another dog.
No, you guys should totally.
No.
Frankie needs a friend.
Frankie makes friends everywhere he goes.
Okay.
No.
He needs a friend. He's so...
No.
Every night at 7 p.m., what does Frankie do?
I know. He needs a walk.
It's
not
the
a
witching
friend.
hour of Frankie.
He's terrible.
He becomes the terrible two.
Oh, yeah. Well, he is in his terrible twos.
He's so annoying.
He is. He's bad.
He gets so annoying. Like, he's a perfect angel all day, and then 7 p.m. hits, and he's like
yeah, so you know
Frankie.
You know what Daddy did last night to calm him down?
No.
He gave him a pup cup. I'm like, oh, so
my
you
God.
fill him up with sugar at 8 p.m.?
Dad's solution to anything is a pup cup. Anything. Frankie has a tummy ache, give him a pup cup.
Right.
Frankie's like witching, give him a pup cup.
Fly
Frankie's
him with
bored,
sugar.
let's go get a pup cup. I'm like, a pup cup's not going to fix the world problems, Dad.
No, he thinks it does. Hey,
He thinks it does.
he grew up with, ice cream solving every problem. So
Yeah.
why
And
not?
I think Dad likes the pup cup more than Frankie. Frankie never even finishes more than a quarter of
they
it.
give him a whole.
It's a kid scoop.
It's huge.
It's
a
really
huge,
big.
And it's legit ice cream.
No, it's ice
probably
cream.
terrible for him.
It's horrible. Like, he's going to get obese.
Right.
Dad gets him one every day.
I know. Well, no, he's been
He saves
doing
it.
Yeah. Frankie will have a little bit of, as soon as he walks away, we pick it up and put it in the freezer.
And the funny thing is, it comes with a milk bone treat, and Dad just throws it right away. I'm like, so stop ordering a pup cup and just get a kid's soft serve ice cream. That's what it is.
It's true. It's true. I'm sure it's terrible for him.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Anyway, he likes it.
He loves it. And you had fun at this deck party. It's so funny because I was on the beach with like my girlfriends, and we get a text. Katie Brennan gets a text from this one girl, Morgan, and says, I'm with the DeSimones.
Right.
They're carting me to a party. Come. And Katie says that to me, and I was like, what? So I text my mom, and I'm like,
where are you?
Where are you? And how do you know this girl? And then I find out that my dad golfs with her dad. And I was like, oh my God, my life is like altered forever.
Right.
And yeah, my mom and dad were like, come to the party. And I was like, I'm not. Like, I just don't want to.
We were by far, not just us, but our group. I mean, out of literally 100, 150 people there, 100, if there were 150, 120 of them were under 30.
Oh, the video you sent me, everyone looked old.
No.
Everyone looked
Well,
old.
no, that's because all the kids were they were jumping off the dock into the bay. I mean, they were all over the place.
Oh, well, you didn't tell me that.
Oh, yeah. No, it was not an old
you were
people
also
party.
Drunk.
I was very drunk.
And then I get back. I ended up going to like dinner with my friends at the White Briar. I get back at 9 from dinner. I'm like, where is everyone? My mom and dad are asleep in bed.
Because we do our midnight shit at 2 p.m. now.
No, it was
we're
just
old.
so funny. And Ashley said that at like 7:30 they went to bed.
Yeah.
You guys went to bed. And Ashley was being so funny. She's like, every time your dad is drunk, he asks me the same 3 questions.
Which are what?
The first question is, what's your drink of choice? To which her answer is a vodka soda.
Always the same.
So then he says, can I interest you in a vodka soda? And she says, no, thanks. And then the third question is, so at what age did your parents get divorced?
Oh.
He goes into the trauma.
Okay.
Yep.
That's fabulous. And I bet he does it all the time because he doesn't remember
he
that
doesn't
he doesn't
remember. Yeah.
Yeah, we're setting a really good example for
Ashley's
the
such
young
a good sport.
girls in the house. I swear. I do remember coming in the house and sitting with Ashley for a few minutes. And I think I made dinner for myself because I hadn't really eaten. They had a food truck at the party, which was literally pulled up in the front yard of this bayfront home. And then instead of everybody traipsing through the house or around the side of the house to go to the food truck and make a line out there, they had people butlering around all the food.
Oh, smart.
Which was a really good idea. So, you'd see pork sliders come out, but a dozen at a time, and you had to grab one when it came. So,
yeah,
it was great. But anyway, it was a really fun party. I do encourage you to go. The band was fantastic. They played just like older rock and roll stuff. So, but it was fun. Everybody had a really good time.
Do they have this party just because?
Just because.
Do you know the hosts of the party?
I met them, so I know them now.
But you just showed up at their house?
Yeah, Ken and Sue invited us. They're like, oh, come to this party. Yes, of course. It's the house where Ken keeps his wave runners. Like he uses their dock for his wave runners. So he knows them really well, and they get together all the time. So he's like, yeah, come. I'm like, cool. Okay.
Yeah, we knew another girl that I went to high school with that was at the party too.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and she was telling Katie to come, and we were like, it's not in the cards.
Oh, well, it would have been fun. Next year you should come.
Next year we'll definitely do it.
Yes.
Maddie's not coming.
I know. Yes, Maddie's not coming.
Yeah, too much travel for her. So that means I'm going to see The Basement Yard, which is her favorite podcast.
Right.
Obviously, besides this one.
Right.
With my friend Caroline. And then we still have 2 extra tickets.
Yeah, still 2 more tickets. I mean, maybe some of the Stride girls want it.
Maybe. I'll say it to them.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We definitely will see. Oh, and Dad's having a party tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Daddy decided he really likes being around people.
Yes. Oh my God. I mean, that's an understatement.
Yeah. If he were being social every night of the week, he'd be absolutely fine with that. And me, I'm the other way, where I like being around people, but I need doses. And if after a big thing, like after that party the other night, I was like, I don't want to do anything on Sunday.
Yeah.
I need to just unplug, and I don't want to see a soul. I don't even want to talk to him. I don't even want to talk to you. You know what I mean? I just need my downtime to recharge. He gets his energy from people.
Right.
I get my energy being by myself.
He is a raging extrovert.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
so
insane.
Some friends of ours from PA are down at the beach this week. And so he said, hey, let's get together on Friday. And they're like, okay. I mean, they bring food from home. They plan their nights out.
I can't believe this is the same week. This week feels like an eternity.
It really does. It really does.
I can't believe it.
So he decided, okay, they'll come over for dinner on Friday. He's like, I'm inviting them for dinner. It isn't a matter of, hey, what do you think about this? It's like he's made the decision. And now entertaining at the house, of course, then that becomes a whole other thing. Now, I know we had an episode on hosting. And yes, I've done it for years. But I have to say, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And I get tired of it.
His little party turned into a lot of people.
Yeah, now there's 18 people coming.
Right, which is a lot.
So
And when Karen and Ross host, they don't just, bring whatever. They host.
Right. And that's the thing. And so now.
So now it's a big thing that falls on your shoulders for the most part.
A lot of it falls on me. I'm trying desperately to make him be in charge of this party.
And it's all coming to a head for him of like, oh, I do have to get the paper products, the alcohol,
Yeah, like yesterday I said, so what is it we're providing? And he said, we're providing the main course.
Which is the meat that my
Which
dad's
is meat.
Smoke.
Yeah, he wants to smoke meat.
Of course he does.
But of course I have to go to Costco and get the packs of ribs, and I have to get now he wants to do chicken thighs instead of a low boil because it's better timing wise or something. And I'm like, okay. So I have to go to Costco and get that stuff. And I said, so that's it? That's all we're providing? And he said, yeah, everyone else is bringing sides. And I'm like, okay, so cups, plates, napkins, silverware, drinks, ice, all of that is good. Full bar, open bar, beer, wine, seltzers. Like, what do you want to do? And he's like, literally, I could see the light bulb go on over his head where he's like, oh, right, there is a lot to go into it.
He should have listened to our episode of hosting, and then he would have known.
He wouldn't listen.
He would.
No, he wouldn't.
He listens to our podcast. Hey, Dad.
He likes to hear about himself.
No,
except maybe not in this. Maybe not in this context.
He loves to hear about himself.
But anyway, it's a big one, and it's kind of. I mean, by the time you guys are listening to this, the party's that night.
The party's going on.
Yeah, right? So
maybe we'll post videos of the party.
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
The thing is, I know you get stressed out about the parties ahead of time, but you always end up having a good time.
Yes, but it's always it's a lot of work.
It's a lot, yeah.
It's a lot of work. And it's so much running around ahead of time that I just feel frazzled by the time people come. And then I'm like, okay, now I have to.
And it's a full house anyway, too.
Right.
Katie's coming. Faith's coming for her birthday this weekend.
Right. Yeah.
It's a lot.
There'll be plenty of food. You guys are all welcome to join. I think Mason's.
Oh, thanks.
I think Mason's coming.
Oh, then he'll love that the house is full of girls.
Full of girls. He'll love that. Anyway.
Who is single? Katie. But he's too young for Katie. Kate and Cal.
Yeah.
They're single.
I could see him with Kate.
You could?
Yeah.
How funny was Kate on Sunday?
Very funny. Oh, yeah. Remember? Wait.
Oh, my God.
You have to talk about the cards.
Okay. So on Sunday, we all pulled Oracle cards, which are cards of positivity.
Yeah.
And so everyone was getting a positive reading of a card. And I had everyone shuffle the cards. Whatever card jumps out at them is their card, whatever. So we all pulled cards. There was probably 6 of us pulling cards. And everyone's was super positive, as all of these cards are. And we were like, this is going to be our mantra for the day, whatever.
Right.
What card did you pull?
Golden.
Great card.
Loved it.
Really good card.
I loved it.
I pulled Tigress, like just really good cards. Kate, who was violently hungover, pulled self-edging or edgewalker. Edgewalker. And the first line was, you have been shamed, judged, and persecuted.
Right.
And blamed.
Right.
And she's like, wait, what?
I thought this was supposed to be positive.
Because she was towards the end too, and everyone's have been overwhelmingly positive.
Right.
And hers was, you've been shamed, judged, persecuted, and blamed.
Right.
It was so funny.
She was a good sport about it.
Yeah, she was.
But yeah.
That was really funny. That was fun.
funny.
That day we rode around on the golf cart for like an hour just playing Taylor Swift, like driving around the island. We made everyone so happy. It was great marketing for Stride.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was great. But
That's
everyone
awesome.
just kept like smiling at us around the island. We were like, hey guys. But that was really funny.
That's fun.
Not fun was I got food poisoning last night.
Oh, I know.
I don't even know what from.
I don't know what you could have eaten.
Me either. I like made chicken cutlets. They were delicious.
They were cooked?
Yeah, they were fully cooked. Like I did everything right and I still got food poisoning. So I don't know what's going on with me.
But you're okay today?
I'm a little like iffy. Like I just feel a little off.
Yeah.
You know that feeling.
Oh, yeah. I do.
Yeah.
That stinks.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
All right. What books have you read?
This was a good week. I remember last week when we were doing our episode where we were cooking in the kitchen, I was about to read my 200th book.
Happy 200.
Thank you. Which was, I read Reckless by Lauren Roberts, which is the second in that trilogy. The third book doesn't come out till next year, so now I have to wait. But I enjoyed it very much, liked it a lot. I would recommend the first two, Powerless and then Reckless. I thought they were really good.
Wait, the third book, I could have sworn I saw it at Barnes & Noble.
What's it
What
called?
is it? It's a red cover, right?
I don't know.
Maybe it was Reckless that I saw, but I could have sworn I saw a third of that book at Barnes & Noble.
Okay. Well, I was under the impression that it doesn't come out yet.
Okay, now I need to Google it. What's it called?
The third book?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, hang on. Powerless series. Keep speaking while I Google this.
Yeah, I'm looking it up too. I'm curious now.
Trilogy. Here we go.
Reckless.
Fearless.
Okay.
I really thought that I saw Fearless in Barnes & Noble. Is Fearless out? Fearless
Book details.
trilogy out.
Powerless trilogy.
Sorry, guys, for the
Oh, no, there's
boring dead
another-
air. April 8th, 2025.
I know.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, no, there's a third book that's out now. It's Powerful, it's called. It's like the little novella that they do like in between. I haven't read that. But yeah, I thought I had to wait
Sorry
till
to
next
get your
year.
hopes up.
No, that's okay. That's
Did
okay.
you like it just as much as Powerless?
Yeah, I did. It definitely throws you for a loop. I'm not sure where a couple of the characters confused me a little in the second one. Like I wasn't sure where she was headed with them. We'll see.
That's how I feel with Iron Flame.
Are you still in it? No.
No.
Okay. You finished that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I never finished that.
Oh, do you want me to tell you?
No.
I didn't tell you?
No. What? Tell me.
Well, I can't tell you on air.
Oh, okay. Then we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
But I did read another couple books that I really liked. Kate Stewart is an author that I really enjoy. She did the Ravenhood series, which I loved, and then Drive and Reverse, which I really loved.
Mm-hmm.
So I just really enjoy her. And so I downloaded a whole bunch of her books because I was just like, clearly I like the way she writes. And so I read two of them this week. One was called Somebody Else's Ocean. Loved it. And then the other was called The Real.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. So...
And you finished A Court of Mist and Fury.
And I finished the second in the ACOTAR series. Yeah, Court of Mist and Fury. Now I'm on to Wings in Ruin, I guess is the third one.
Yeah, I think that was it. Audio still?
Audio, yeah.
Loving
doing that
it.
on audio. Yeah, I like it. Now on the third one, it's a different actor reading the book.
Oh.
Still female.
Do you miss the original girl?
I kind of do. I mean, I'm about 10 chapters into the third one, so I'm used to her now.
Tea is like why not
Yeah,
her?
why did she stop?
Why
I don't
did
know.
she not get booked for this role?
I don't know. I thought she was good,
Maybe
but
she was busy.
this one's good, but I don't think she's doing all the other voices quite as well. Like, at least not the male voices, the male characters. The other voice actor had really distinct intonations for each character, and you could tell who was talking just by the way she read it.
Would you be a voice actor?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Why?
I'm just wondering. I think you have a great voice.
Oh, I thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, I don't think I have the acting ability to do it because
Yeah.
it takes a certain amount of drama.
Yeah, you totally have to be an actor.
Yeah.
Dad's dream, I mean, he told me this a while ago, so I don't know if he was saying it because I was like a kid when he told me this, but he said his number one dream in life is to be in a movie.
Yeah. Or a politician.
Yeah, a politician
I was
is
like,
crazy.
no.
No, I would never want to be a politician's family.
No.
But yeah, an actor. He's like, I just want to be in a major movie.
Yeah. He says that all the time. And then, did you ever see the movie Jerry Maguire?
No.
Okay. There is a scene with an extra in the background.
Is it him?
It could have been him. Like, it looks just like him. Of course it wasn't.
Oh.
But every time I see it, if it's on TV or whatever, I'm like, oh, Ross, there you are. He's like, God, that'd be the best thing ever. Like, he loves it.
He should totally be in a movie. Hollywood, call us.
Yeah. I have no idea what his role would be.
I know.
What in the world would
I
he
asked. I said,
do?
well, what do you want to do? And I was telling Katie this the other day for some reason, and she was like, your dad would want to be in an action movie without the stunts. Like, he would totally want a stunt man to do everything and make him look really cool. And I'm like,
What does
I
he think?
you're
He's
right.
James Bond or something?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I think she's onto something.
I have a feeling that this is a fading dream. So
Maybe.
anyway, I can't see it happening.
Maybe. So anyway, you had great book recs.
Yeah, I really enjoyed all three of those. So I'll put them all up because I thought they were good.
Yeah, we'll definitely put all of them up. And the recipe this week are your favorite.
Yeah.
And also my favorite.
Chocolate cupcakes.
Woo!
That happen to be vegan and dairy free and all of that stuff that you want.
Is it gluten free too?
No.
But it is vegan and it is so good.
They're the best chocolate cup. And it's not a lot of ingredients, easy to make from scratch. The recipe makes just a dozen cupcakes. It's the perfect amount.
Mm-hmm.
Do not buy boxed cupcake crap. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Make these instead. So good. And my favorite frosting to put on it is the peanut butter buttercream.
So good.
Oh my God. If you like chocolate and peanut butter,
Yeah,
this is
the real deal.
Yeah.
But you
delicious.
can put any frosting on top.
frosting,
Like
of
for my
course.
birthday this year, we did a mint Oreo and we did the peanut butter.
Right.
Those are normally my two favorites.
Yeah.
But also just like a regular vanilla buttercream frosting is really good. Obviously, we're going to make with the peanut butter frosting because that's what we like the best. But
And I wish I had icing skills. I don't. I just use a knife and spread the icing on.
I'm sure if you put
I like
your
it
mind
nice
to
and
it,
thick.
you could.
I've tried. I don't have the patience for it,
I don't either.
honestly. But
I don't blame you. Oh, speaking of patience, I started watercoloring or
I
water
know.
painting.
I've seen a couple of those. They're looking very pretty.
Thank you. Thank you. Kelly got it for me.
It's adorable. It's a great hobby.
Yeah, it is. It's so cute.
Now, how long does one of those take?
Like 20, 30 minutes.
Oh, that's it?
Mhm.
And do you like it? Like,
Yeah.
do you have a podcast on when you're doing it, or are you freeing your mind?
Yesterday, I did Love Island while I was having it on, and the day before, I put on a podcast. So I have something in the background.
So you do have something in your. I didn't know if this was like a mental clarity type exercise or whether just something to do
just something
while
to
you're
do.
listening. Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
something to do.
That's great.
Yeah, it was nice. It's
They're
been
really
fun.
cute.
Thanks. Yeah, I think everyone thinks I'm like freehanding them. I'm not. It's like a sketchbook, and you just color it in.
But I think they're really pretty.
Thanks. It's been fun. Okay, do you want to talk about what we've been meaning to talk about for weeks now, which are tattoos?
Tattoos. Yeah, we haven't done that. Also, I just looked at your clock. I want to say,
Oh, yeah.
for the last 10 days, I swear to God, almost every day when I look at the clock, obviously it only happens twice a day, but I happen to look at it at 11:11 every single day. And just when I got here today, I came in, sat down, got a drink of water. I looked over your shoulder and it was freaking 11:11. Like, what is that?
It's a good omen.
I know, but it's been so ridiculously regular. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's just so bizarre for me.
Good things are happening.
Okay.
That's what it means.
I guess.
We did have very good luck yesterday.
We did.
It better continue into
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, we
I
did.
think you should call instead of text.
You think?
Yeah, when we're done, call, and then if no answer, text again.
Okay.
anyway. But yeah, we had great luck yesterday. It's all good omens, all good things.
All right, we'll take it. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it is weird. But maybe you should get it tattooed.
oh,
What a segue.
what a segue, Tor. That was fantastic.
I was serious about that though. Maybe you should get it tattooed. It seems to be
cropping up.
So
like all the time.
We want to talk about tattoos because I think you have I don't know if untraditional is the right word, but like you like tattoos.
I do like tattoos. I got my first tattoo almost 40 years ago.
Is that your rose?
Yeah, 35 years ago. When I was in college, I guess 35, 36 years ago. Long time. And this was back when tattoos were still not really... right now, you can't look at anybody without seeing a tattoo. I mean, everybody has them now. That wasn't the case then. And certainly not anyone in my family.
Yeah.
Like,
you were a grown adult hiding your tattoos from your parents.
Yes, I
you
was.
You still do from grandma.
I have this one on my wrist. I mean, that one I can't hide. So,
well, yeah. Explain your tattoos. You have you have a cover up.
Right.
Do you count that
I've
as a
gotten
tattoo?
4 tattoos, but only 3 are visible now. One covered up another.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first one I got was, I wanted it discreet, nowhere public. It was just for me. So it's like on, not a tramp stamp, but it's high up on my
her
hip.
ass.
Yeah. Yeah. It is on my butt cheek. And that was fine. Like, that was for me. It was fine. And then the second one I got was after, not till years and years later. You guys were, I don't know, early teens,
What
I
was
guess.
your runner girl?
It was a runner thing. Yeah, it was after I completed my first half marathon. I wanted a tattoo for that, so I got that. But then I promptly didn't like it. I mean, I don't regret that tattoo, but I was like, I shouldn't have gotten that. And I shouldn't have gotten it there. Like, it was on my shoulder blade. So then I decided, after I kept running, ran a lot, then I finished a full marathon. And I was like, oh, should I be adding to this tattoo? It said 13.1. Should I do a 26.2? And I'm like, no. Like, do I really want this running thing to define me? So I was like, no. So I was like, let's cover it up altogether. So that's when I got this big one on my back, which covers like a quarter of my back.
Yeah. When my mom got that tattoo, I remember thinking it was like her whole back. And I mean, up until recently, I realized like it's really not your whole back, but it's a
still
big
pretty
tattoo.
Big. It is big,
and it's very pretty. It's a very pretty tattoo.
I don't wear anything that shows it that much.
Yeah,
every now and then
we never see it now.
A bit of it'll peek out of my shoulder, or whatever. But anyway, so it's just a big floral piece, and Ross still gives me shit for that because there's 4 different flowers in the tattoo. The center one is a California poppy, which I love. It's one of my favorite flowers. And then there's a little flower there that reminds me of you, and there's a flower that reminds me of Maddie. And then at the top of it are pansies. And when if you look up what a pansy is, it means loyalty and all that sort of stuff. So I was like, okay, so that's Ross. And Ross is like, oh, so I'm the pansy? Shut up. Didn't mean it like that, but he takes great offense to it. But I was like,
oh, that's funny.
There's a flower for each of us on my back, and he is offended that he's the pansy.
Oh, that is so funny.
Yeah, and then when we were in Hawaii in 2019, you got one. Mm-hmm. You got that one. Mm-hmm. Maddie got one.
Yeah, Maddie got one,
Maddie
too.
got one on her foot. Remember that said, when she and I were taking a horseback ride, the lady kept saying one word that meant she was spurring the horses on. And I can't remember the word now, a Hawaiian word. It just meant keep going. Mm-hmm. And Maddie loved it. So she got that tattooed on her foot, this word for keep going. And so I was like, I want one too. So,
yeah, well, Maddie and I got ours first.
Right. And then we were just about to leave.
And you're like, I need one before we go.
I was like, I need one before we go. So I got this one.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, I do too. This is my 2 flowers for my 2 girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have 3 visible, but technically 4. You've
yeah.
had 4 tattoos.
Yes, I've had 4, but only 3 show.
I have 6, but they're much smaller than my mom's. I have 2 on each arm, like this one that I got in Hawaii, this little scripture that is in Latin. So I think it says, I shall find a way or make one, but honestly, who knows? And then I have one on my wrist that says manifest. I have this little emblem, which is what we made the stride emblem from. It means mind, body, soul. And the other day when I was at the Sandy Roman 5K, a woman came up to me, no idea who this one was, and she was like, oh, I love your tattoo, talking about the one I got in Hawaii. And then she goes, and what's that, the others that you have on your wrist? Like, what are those? And I was like, oh, yeah, these. She goes, no, that one. And she was talking like she knew me and she knew what tattoos I had. It was so weird.
Maybe she's seen them.
Maybe, but but it was just so weird. I don't know. It was just bizarre. I have one on my ankle that I just like got with a group of friends for funsies. And then I got one behind my ear on my 21st birthday, also for funsies that I always forget about. All my tattoos are for fun. Like they don't really have meaning. The one from Hawaii is probably.
You drew that one up yourself.
No, I got it on Pinterest.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. All of my tattoos are from Pinterest.
Okay.
Nothing's original. Yeah, none of mine have meaning. And I think that's a big thing that a lot of people fear. Like, oh, I want my tattoo to have like a ton of meaning and da-da-da. I don't really feel that way. Some people do, some people don't. Some people fall kind of in the middle. If you do, great. But I think sometimes people put so much pressure on tattoos, like Dad.
Yeah.
Dad puts a lot. Like, Dad has wanted a tattoo he'll never get it.
Well, he's welched on a bet. I mean, if we're being honest, going back when we were dating, so 35 years ago, we played pool at a bar. Literally maybe our second, third date, we were playing pool at a bar. And I grew up with a pool table. He didn't know that. I knew how to play. So he was like, all right, I'll bet you. I bet I'll beat you. And I'm like, all right, I'll take that bet. So I won. And the loser was supposed to go get a tattoo. 32 years later, 35 years later, he still hasn't done it.
Yeah, I don't know what he would get.
But he just chill out.
Like, I know.
Whatever. He's like, yeah, but it's permanent. I'm like,
okay.
So what? Just, I don't know.
Yeah, Maddie. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Maddie has a bunch of tattoos.
Yeah, Maddie has a bunch.
She has a lot of tattoos, actually.
Probably more than we know about.
Yeah, I would agree. She has them everywhere. She has a lot on her feet. She has one big one on her shin. She has a big one on her sternum. She has two on the back of her arms.
She has them on the
back of her calves. Behind her ear. Remember, that was her first one.
That was her first one, which made me laugh because the girls grew up. You guys knew I had a tattoo growing up. It was never hidden. It was never not talked about. But anyway, and the only thing I ever said to you guys was, when you're 18 and you want to get a tattoo, that's fine. But you have to consider 2 things. Number 1, size. Number 2, placement.
She got a big one on her neck.
So the first thing she did is go out and get one right like on her neck behind her ear. And I'm like, that's exactly what I meant with placement. Like, just don't do that.
She was going through a phase.
She was going through a phase.
But now it's permanent.
That's right.
Unless you get it obviously lasered off.
Right. And that one was colored. She doesn't have a lot of color. You don't have any color.
I don't have any color. No, I do not.
I grew up in a color tattoo era.
Yes.
You know?
Yes,
it is. I don't regret it. I like the color.
I love your tattoos. Yeah. And it's so funny to see how trends of tattoos go. Yeah. Like, I know that, and we've been saying this for a while, like, you and I are both itching to get tattoos.
Another one. Yeah.
We want something. I just don't know what I want.
Right.
But that's also the thing. Like, just because it doesn't have a huge significant meaning to me doesn't mean I'll get anything tattooed.
Correct.
Like, I have to like it and feel like it's a part of me.
Right.
But that's the thing. Like, when I went to the tattoo convention, I really, really, really wanted to get a tattoo while I was there because there's thousands of vendors. So I'm like, one of these people, I'll have to like one of their designs and then just go get nothing. Like, nothing was jumping out at me.
Yeah.
So I really want another tattoo. I just don't know what I want it to be.
Yeah. And I'm the same way. Like, I like the one you have behind your ear. I'm like, that's really cute. I could see possibly doing that. I always forget
about it.
Yeah. But it's because why? I mean, it doesn't matter.
A big thing. Did you have visible tattoo on your wedding day, you didn't.
No.
Yeah, that's a big thing. People always say, like, well, will I want tattoos on my wedding day? For me personally, like, you don't even see your tattoos anymore.
Right.
Like, you get them for the first 2 weeks, month. Yeah, you see them.
Right.
But then after that, they become like freckles.
Right.
Like, you just don't notice them.
Right.
Like, I genuinely don't
It's
see
just
my
a mark
tattoos.
that you have. And yeah.
Yeah, it's just a part of you. I am curious, like, as I age, how the tattoos will also age on my skin. Like, I've never seen someone that's older, like, I'm talking like 80 years old, that's, covered in sleeves of tattoos. I have never seen that.
No, sleeves just weren't a thing unless you were, in the military, a guy in the military or a biker or
But
something.
I also feel like older men with sleeves, when they're like 80, wear long sleeves all the time.
Right. That's
a lot
true
of
too.
People wore sleeves. Oh, Adam the dog trainer.
Yes.
Remember, he always wore long sleeves.
Yeah, covered
because
himself.
He had sleeves of tattoos.
Right.
Andrew Huberman is another one. Do you know he has?
No, I wouldn't have known.
He's covered in tattoos.
Doesn't surprise me, but
yeah,
no,
he's covered in them.
Wouldn't know.
And it's so funny. Every time he posts in a t-shirt, his Instagram comments are girls like, "I'm feral."
Something about tattoos. I don't know.
No, and he's just like this big, strong, healthy man like covered in tattoos. It's so funny. All the comments are like, "Get up!" Like, I need to get up. Like,
that's funny.
Oh, it was so funny. Yeah, everyone barks in the comments. It's so funny.
Geez.
Anyway, so we always like tattoos. We are a tattoo positive household.
Correct.
But you did not grow up in one.
No, definitely not. And yeah, like you said, I remember the year I got this.
We went to the pool.
No, I went to the pool before with just the little runner girl one, and I had to prep my parents, like, just so you know, and they're like, okay.
And you were what, 45?
Yeah, I was 45, 42 at the time, so I had to break them in slowly because my dad only let me know when I was 35, 36. He's like, so somebody tells me you have a tattoo. Like, he came at me. He was not happy. And I'm like, that was the first one I had was from college. I think you might have, or Maddie might have.
Oh, you can't tell kids anything.
I know. I think you might have outed me. Because like I said, we didn't hide it from you. I mean, what the heck? I mean, I'm getting out of the shower. Kids are right there. Mom, why do you have a flower on your butt? It's just thing. I tried to say it's a birthmark, and then, do I have one? I'm like, no, you don't.
It's a rose. Like, it's so clearly not a birthmark.
I know, but you can tell kids anything. Anyway,
true.
So yeah, I had to hide it. But then the year I got the cover up was the year we went to Arizona for Christmas. And I remember being like, oh my God, if I have to put on a bathing suit while we're out here, this is going to be bad. But luckily it was cool enough that nobody was in the pool. But I was like, that's just not going to go over well. But
how did it go over when they saw it?
Nobody said anything. I don't think my dad ever saw it before he died.
He doesn't know.
So no, he doesn't know. I mean, Grandma's seen it. I don't think she cares anymore.
Oh, pumpkin.
Probably
what she'd say. Oh, care.
Yeah, probably.
One thing about my grandma, she just coos like, oh, like all the time.
She does.
So she'll just go like, oh, pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Yeah. That's
not pumpkin.
Punkin.
Right.
Pumpkin.
Yep. That's my nickname.
So yeah, we like tattoos in this house.
Yeah. And we got a lot of comments about that too when we asked the question on Instagram. Most people were like, I have them and I love them.
Should I go through them?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so these are we asked a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
on the Instagram.
We kept trying to get to this.
We've been trying to get to this topic for a while. What you guys thought of tattoos, and this is what you said. Growing up, I knew my mom had tattoos, and I thought nothing of it. Oh, I wrote that.
It's like that sounds really familiar.
Okay. Anyway, this is what you guys said. I love them. I enjoy seeing how people like to express themselves through tattoos. I have 2 tiny ones with meaning, and I love them. I'm not a big fan of tons of them or big ones. What do you think of like being covered in tattoos?
If like a sleeve. I like sleeves. I think
do
they're
too.
really, really attractive. I prefer a sleeve, something cohesive, than just like one here, one here, one here. The ones that don't seem
Like
connected.
patchy, yeah.
Yeah. So if it's up to me, I'd rather bunch them all up. Like if you have 3 or 4 tattoo ideas that you want to do, I'd rather create them all into a sleeve.
Would you ever get a sleeve?
I would love a sleeve.
You should get a sleeve.
I know. I think about it sometimes.
Do it. You'd be the badass with gray hair and a sleeve.
I need to lose 50 pounds first. Then I could have a
Okay,
sleeve.
that's the motivation then.
Yeah. Then I get a sleeve.
Ozempic, hello.
Yeah, right. No, not doing drugs to do it.
No, but that would be cool. I would also get a sleeve, but I would want my sleeve to be light and delicate. Like I wouldn't want it to be super dark.
Yeah, I would want
Like
something.
I want feminine.
Yeah. Would you do color on a sleeve?
No.
Would still just be black and white? I mean, black
Black
line
and
work.
gray. Yeah. Oh, but kind of going back to what I was saying about wedding days. Yeah, you see it as part of your skin. So like if I were to get a sleeve, let's say before my wedding day, I would love it just as much on my wedding day as I would not. And like if I were to cover up my tattoos on my wedding day, I'd be covering up like part of me.
Right.
Which is so weird.
Yeah.
You know?
And I don't think going back, I don't think I'd do a full sleeve. I mean, I'd like something from my back over my shoulder and down to my elbow maybe. You know, just a half a
Finish
sleeve.
it out.
I don't think I want a full.
All right. It's your body.
Thanks. It is.
It is. Do you like tattoos?
I don't mind them. I don't have any. I don't mind them at all. I get something on my leg.
Yeah, I love like a fully covered body of tattoos. Like now, like even, necks covered, as long as it's like tasteful tattoos, I really like them. Like when people will get tattoos and they just look terrible, it's like, okay, that doesn't look good. But like nice artwork on, like I love tattoos.
It's artwork. Yeah. I mean, they truly are artists.
Yeah.
And just with a unique canvas, it's really, really impressive.
Yeah, it is cool.
Sometimes some on TikTok, I guess I've watched some of them, and some of the unbelievable realism
I know
that people are tattooing is just astonishing.
That's another reason why not every tattoo has to have meaning, because sometimes there are artists that are just incredible.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't care what it, like you can put anything on me because it's so beautiful.
Right.
Like I just want to see it all the time.
Right.
But I feel like I have such tiny little arms. Like where would it go?
You'd find a place.
I do like tattoos, but more so on guys than on, like, I like scripture on girls, like, a word on a thigh I think is really pretty. But sometimes I think with girls, like, it can kind of just border, I don't want to say trashy, but like it can border not as tasteful. Like I just want, for me, tattoos to be tasteful, but on a guy, they can be totally covered.
True. I would actually agree with that sentiment.
Like a big hip tattoo on a girl I don't love, but like a little scripture on a thigh I do.
It's interesting too, just because, I mean, with girls, the way our bathing suits are or wardrobe is, like, depending on the tattoo, like, it would have to be, there's so much more skin that shows on a leg. Whereas a guy, if he's wearing a bathing suit or shorts, I mean, you still have a half a leg covered.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you just see a little bit poking out or whatever, it's like, I bet that's really impressive. But you don't get to see it all, Yeah. With a girl, you're seeing all of it.
Right.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it's, I guess that could make it look trashier too, just with the skimpier clothes too. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but
trash is not the right word, but you know what I'm like talking about.
I do.
Yeah. It's just not my personal taste. But
the other thing with women that we have to worry about is if you get one on your hip or your, anywhere on the front, like if you get pregnant, it's going to stretch it all out. You end up with stretch marks. It doesn't work the same. So yeah, just placement wise. Yeah. I've seen a lot of friends who got hip ones when they were, in college or whatever. And then they had kids and it comes out like a 4-leaf clover that's all wonky or whatever, Right. So placement
is everything.
It is.
This other listener said, I love them. Tattoos are absolutely my blind spot in men.
I feel that.
Duh.
I do feel that.
We were at the Deauville on Sunday, and Have you ever heard that line from Jersey Shore? It was JWoww. She said it to Snooki and she was like, "Get up, it's Juicehead Central out there. All gorillas on the boardwalk." That was literally Deauville. It was all these tanned men covered in tattoos. And we all were like, where are they coming from?
Right.
Like, I don't see them in Sea Isle. They're definitely not from Avalon.
Right.
I can't imagine they're Ocean City. Like, we're thinking they must come from, like, off the island.
Came in on a boat.
Like,
I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, there's an island of juice heads, and they just board the boat.
I'm just saying, if the Deauville has docks, you can boat there from other places.
I know.
And dock your boat and hang out.
They came from Juicehead Island.
Did not mean that. Oh my God. I sense a clip coming from this. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, now I made Tori
I just
cry.
see them, like, bringing a flag out of the Deauville and just putting it in the sand.
Oh, my God.
They all have, like, Italian horn chains on.
I didn't mean that. I did not mean
funny.
it like that.
No, but, like, that's what it was. Like, it was just a takeover, all these, like, tattooed men.
Wildwood?
Wildwood. Yeah, maybe Wildwood. I don't know. Our guess was, like, they live on Route 9 or, like, they're from Egg Harbor Township or something. And
or
Middle Township. And they all just, like, came in. We're literally just like, where are these guys all from?
Oh.
That was so funny. Yeah. So men with tattoos is this woman's kryptonite, of course. Didn't you love Adam Levine for the longest time because he had tattoos?
I loved his tattoos. He was, lean and muscular and tattooed. He's gorgeous.
And he sang Moves Like Jagger. What's not to love?
Yeah, right.
Moves. All right. This one says, I have one that says, "Love you more" in my grandma's handwriting. I love it.
That's very cute.
That is really cute. Whose dad passed away? And they got like a handwritten note from their dad. I think that stuff is so
I've
nice.
seen posts of people that say that when their sisters, for example, they get their dad's handwriting, like of their maiden name of DeSimones, for example, tattooed on them in their dad's handwriting because, once they get married, they don't have that name anymore. So that's
sweet
memory of their dad. I like that.
I like cute. That too. And I saw a TikTok when I had TikTok that was this girl and she was like, I'm like mourning the loss of my maiden name. And it was something I never thought about. Like, yeah, when I don't have DeSimone, I'm really going to miss it. I love this last name. No, I think I would take my husband's last name. Like maybe front facing, I would keep it DeSimone, but like I would definitely want the same last name as my kids. Yeah,
that's true. I was happy to change. I liked DeSimone better.
DeSimone it's a cool last name.
Yeah,
definitely
it was good.
All right, this one says, no tattoos. I would feel like I would only do one with my siblings. Very common.
I feel that. Yep.
I have one in my mind. My rule is if I still want it after 3 years, I will get it. It's been 2 years.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a really great rule. Good for you for having the patience to do that.
Yeah, because it isn't one of those things you should just
on a whim.
Do on a whim. Mm-hmm. People do. You did a couple on a whim. You're like, yeah, why not? Everybody's doing it. I'll do it too.
Mm-hmm. And it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun on the whim. But I wouldn't get like a giant piece on a whim.
Yeah, the two little, you did an ankle and behind your ear, like teeny little ones. It was like, okay.
Well, honestly, they've all been on a whim. Like none have been really like, I've thought about them for 2 years.
Which was your first?
This one.
That one was first?
Yeah. And I was like, I don't know. It's too big. And the guy was like, oh my God, you're getting a sleeve. I was like, okay, tattoo artists are snarky.
They can be pretty snarky.
Yeah, they are sarcastic. Oh, one of my favorite shows is Ink Masters, by the way.
Oh my gosh, so fun to watch.
It's such a fun show.
And sometimes, I mean, some of the tattoos that people walk out of there with are spectacular, but some of them are god awful.
Yeah. Yeah, I would never be a canvas on that show.
No.
Yeah, they don't care about you.
No.
And then when the people come on and they are giving them a hard time, I'm like, you signed up for a tattoo show. Like,
right.
Why
You're going to get judged hard. Yeah.
Right. So I would never.
No.
I would never. I have them and I love them. I only got ones that are meaningful, so I don't regret it.
Mm-hmm.
Great strategy. This one says, no, I don't have any. I can't commit. It's so funny when people say commitment. I saw this one line on Tumblr so long ago. So it was just
Tumblr.
Like emo. Just remember that. But it was like, you say you can't commit, but you speed down the highway on your motorcycle 95 miles an hour covered in tattoos.
Okay. That clicked with you?
I guess so.
Apparently.
Whatever I was going through. All right. This one says, I regret 4 out of 5, and I've considered removing them, but I feel like they're a part of me now.
Yeah. Would you ever remove any?
No, just because I don't like putting myself through pain.
Right.
But that's also interesting. I don't find tattoos to be incredibly painful, but I've also never had a big piece in a painful part of my body.
Yeah. Now, you know how big mine is.
Yeah.
That was all one session.
Yeah.
It was like 8 hours long.
And you got the tattoo flu.
I totally did. But during the line work, which is the more painful part, is during the lining. I actually fell asleep.
Really?
I fell asleep.
Wait, you think line work is more painful
I do.
than shading?
I do.
Oh, I think a lot of people would swap
Well, mine's
it.
a lot of color.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as much shading. Well, that's not true. She did the outline first. Then she went in and filled in the color. Then she went over it with the black again to bring in the shading and the shadowing and stuff. That's when it started to really hurt because
it's raw at that point.
Right. My whole back had already been, attacked that day.
Right.
So it was towards the end there where then I was starting to get really uncomfortable. But we took like 2 breaks during it. One after like 2.5 hours. She literally had to wake me up. And she was like, here, have a granola bar and a juice box, just like keep your hydration up, whatever. Then I went home. And anyway, after it was all done, went home. I was absolutely drained. It was probably 4 or 5 in the afternoon. It was like a whole day. And I sat on the couch and I couldn't even move. And then I was just so sick for the next couple days. Just absolutely drained.
The tattoo flu is real.
Oh, it's so real.
Essentially, it's just like your body is just trying to heal the wound.
Right.
So your immune system just gets depleted.
Yeah.
And you can get a cold
Yeah.
from it, essentially.
Oh, yeah.
And
I got really
is.
sick. I mean, I was fine, but
Right.
I was definitely down for a few days.
You were down bad.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So, I don't think I would remove tattoos because I don't want to go through the pain
Yeah.
of
Agreed.
removing tattoos.
And yeah, I mean, I don't regret
Mm-mm.
mine. It's fine.
Me either.
I'm not going to go through that.
All right. This one says, I have a tiny one on my rib as an empowering move after a breakup. I hate my reason for it, but now I embrace it.
Mm-hmm. That's good too.
Yeah, I get that. And I also think with tattoos, like they tell a story of a part of your life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't be who you are now if you didn't have that breakup.
Right.
So I think having that reminder is a part of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is important.
And the last one was, I love them, but I'm scared I will regret it or get tired of it. So I think she likes seeing them, but doesn't have any of her own.
Right.
To that, I would say, what would I say?
It's a personal decision.
Yeah,
obviously.
it is personal. It is personal.
But it is one of those things. I don't think, just like so many other things, you can't do it for anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do it for yourself.
Yes.
If you truly want it, go for it.
Yeah.
And if you truly don't, cool.
I also think it's a great investment because it's like you pay for it once. It can be, sticker shock at the beginning. Like a big piece is $1,000, $800, whatever. But when you think about it, $800 for the rest of your life, pretty good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good deal.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you tip your tattoo artist.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I don't think everyone knows to
No.
tip your tattoo
Yeah,
artist.
no.
I didn't know for my first one. And
Even
Maddie had to
that
tell
big,
me.
even if you're paying a lot of money, it's like you still have to tip on top.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Do you do 20%?
I forget what I did. I think I probably did. Yeah, this one on my back I think was $750.
Nice.
So it was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
Yeah. Yeah. We love tattoos.
yeah, I'm all for them.
Same.
Now I really want another one.
Same.
Let's go.
No, let's go. I just don't know what I want. Like, this is the thing. Like, I just don't know.
I really was kind of hoping if Maddie was here this week
We could
that
go.
the 3 of us would go get something.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah, and I
All
know
right.
some really great artists. I just don't know what I want.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
To be continued.
TBD. We'll make a vlog when we do get tattoos.
Oh, of course.
All right. Well, that's all.
That's it for today.
That's it for today. Have a great weekend, guys.
Yes, and we'll post pictures of our party tomorrow, our
Yeah.
dinner party.
Yeah, we will.
It's going to be good. It's going to
gonna
be a lot of
great. It's
fun.
going to have a lot of fun. Yeah.
We will.
All right, guys. Well, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Let Me Call My Mom Pod. And be sure to rate the show 5 stars on Spotify. Leave us a great review. It helps the show so much. Share it with a friend. Put it on your story. And be sure to watch us on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. And that's all. Thanks,
That's it.
guys.
See you next week.
Toodles.
Bye.